And oh, hello. We'll talk about that
Hello.
later. Hi, how are you?
Very good.
So nice to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you.
It's great.
You all have had such a big year. And first of all, I want to thank you so much because you volunteered at the Paramore shows with Support and Feed in Cardiff and Birmingham, is that right?
Yes.
That was so nice of you. We've been so excited to be on tour. On tour is a funny way to say it, but at the Paramore shows on tour at the Eco Village with Reverb, and you were there for us, and I know you're at other shows with Hidden Plastics. So how was that experience at the Eco Village?
That was great. Everyone was so friendly, and we got to have some really good conversations. And there were quite a few people who were already vegan, which was great as well.
Wow, that's encouraging. That's so encouraging. And the crowd there was it similar to the Billy shows? Was there different? Did you feel like people are learning more about, is there a more recognition of plant-based food and the climate crisis, etc., as we go along?
It was actually different from the different venues. Like in Cardiff, most of the people we talked to were vegan, whereas in Birmingham it was like less so.
Only a few people were vegan in Birmingham.
Interesting.
Well, like in Cardiff, I would say like most of the people there were vegetarian, and I'd say about a quarter of them were vegan.
Very interesting. But people who took the pledge down to do it, cool. Great. And with Hidden Plastics, you all have had so many big adventures this year. I know when I met you last year, you were really talking about PepsiCo. Can you tell me what's going on there?
Yeah, so we're kind of moving on from the videos, and we recently did a summary video that was kind of a summary of the campaign. And while we're still working on it, we're now focusing on newer projects.
Will you remind everybody what that one was, and then tell us what your new projects are?
So the PepsiCo Interceptor Challenge was trying to get PepsiCo to sponsor 20 of the ocean cleanup interceptors, which remove rubbish directly from rivers, which is where it gets into the ocean. And that would be 15.5 million. And
so PepsiCo is they're a multi-billion-dollar company responsible for Pepsi-Cola and Frito-Lay's and companies like that, and they're a huge plastic emitter.
And that then sponsoring an interceptor would be I believe 161% from their net profit last year, which would equate to this being their net profit and 20 interceptors being just one little bean.
Wow. And has this really had a big impact? Have you gotten a lot of people involved in this?
Yeah, it's been amazing since we first started. We've got to meet so many amazing people, and we've also been involved in the Captain Planet Foundation, which
tell me what that is.
So basically, back in the 90s, I think it was, there was a show called Captain Planet about this about 5 kids from around the world get given rings which have specific powers, and then when they combine their powers they release Captain Planet, who goes and they need to fight polluters. And so basically the Captain Planet Foundation is from it. So basically it was founded by Ted Turner, I think, who's responsible for the show. And it does stuff like they do a lot of sponsoring school gardens and stuff like that, for things like that. But they've also done some other projects, and of course the Planetary Alliance, which is what we're involved in.
Their goal is to empower youth and help get youth activists started. And the Planetary Alliance, as Ashley mentioned, is what helped get us started, and they've supported us. Oh,
so they supported you because you won a fellowship or a grant, right?
Oh yes. That is very exciting. So a few months ago we got a direct message on Instagram from an organization called the Bow Seat, and they said, hey, you might be interested in our grant. So we're like, okay, let's apply. For $2,500 to build hidden plastic film studios. And just a few weeks ago, we got news in that we have won the grant and we are going to build a film studio for hidden plastic.
And this means that we can create lots of videos more regularly and better quality as well, which will be really good.
That's so amazing. Congratulations. And you know why I'm excited about that? Because I was just talking to Jenny about disinformation, and I'm so excited when people are able to make videos and content that is spreading real information and real actions people can do. So this is sort of thrilling. I love that you're doing that. So will your content be focused on direct action people can take, including like, you know, sending letters, etc.? What's going to be the focus of your content?
Well, we're hoping to do a series of Did You Know videos, kind of to educate about like different aspects of plastic in each video. But Hidden Plastic specifically focuses on the lesser known plastics, like plastic shipped abroad and microplastics. So that will be our main focus.
You know what, I would love to ask you a question about that, because I think plastic has so many different, there's so many different kinds of plastic. And I love that you're saying hidden plastic, because I don't think we're ever going to be in a society where we don't have any plastic, because there are certain things that plastic does that are very, very useful. Would you agree that if something is a very long lasting use, and maybe there are examples of things where plastic is useful?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things where it is necessary, but the vast percentage of plastic is single use and completely not necessary. It can be replaced.
Yeah, I believe.
What is it? Do you know, what did you say? What is the percent that is single use?
Yeah.
I think it
54 is
about 44% of plastic is single use.
We can check it, but that's a pretty good estimate. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Single use, meant to be thrown away. And that's the plastic you're talking about, and that becomes microplastics and that we don't even really think about.
And then like there's like the thing is, most single-use plastic is only used for a couple of minutes and then thrown away.
Unbelievable.
Like, so some great solutions to that is Nopla, which so this is a
can you move your camera down a little bit more so I can see see your faces in your
this is a food takeaway box which is lined with seaweed instead of plastic, because most boxes are lined with plastic which don't biodegrade, or they're lined with forever chemicals which have been found in some areas makes rainwater dangerous and can never be removed. So Nopla is a great alternative to that, and it biodegrades in like 2 weeks or something like that.
So that is amazing to hear, because in California we have some new laws about, which is great, composting. So we could put a package like that right in our municipal composting bins. But before, it was still lined with plastic, so you really couldn't do that. So how do we know if a package is lined with seaweed and not plastic?
I think that right now, because it's still quite a bit harder to get the seaweed alternatives, they will almost definitely be advertising it. But you've also got to be careful, because the stuff that claims to be biodegradable but is actually, it's industrially biodegradable.
Like things that say compostable have to be compostable in the right temperature, humidity, etc. So that might not be also very good. And bioplastic, most bioplastic doesn't biodegrade. So the really good plastics are biodegradable plastics, like seaweed.
But they have to, or home compostable as well.
So you're saying that the other plastic, it doesn't biodegrade, it just becomes microplastic, which is as bad as anything, really.
Yeah. That's the degradable ones. Home compostable is good, and also PLAs, which is what most bio and kind of claim to be biodegradable plastics are, and they're the industrially ones. So it has to be under very specific facilities that are very hard to come by in nature.
Well, most PLAs can't biodegrade. They're just plastic, because you see, most plastic is made from oil, But so what bioplastic is it's plastic, but it's made out of other materials like cornstarch. So it's good. It means there's less oil being used, which is good for climate change. But the problem is it still has basically the same properties as normal plastics. So you'll still get the microplastics and the plastics floating around in the ocean.
And I'm imagining too that if we had a fully corn made plastic, then we would have some agriculture issues too, with massive amounts of land going to corn, whereas seaweed is an amazing regenerating crop that grows fast, is very good for the ocean, right?
Yeah, it's incredible, and it helps to filter the water it's in too. And I mean, there's the problems because it often absorbs the toxins in the water around it. But then what's great is with this sort of thing is it doesn't need to be like eaten, so it's perfect for that. And as you said, it grows so fast.
You know what I love about talking to you is that my favorite class in school, when I went to school, was the year that science gave us experiments to do. I love talking to you because it's like, it feels like it's science, it's crafty, it's so interesting to think about these. I think that people could get, you know, sometimes science can seem like a foreign subject for many people, but when you think about it in terms of what you use on a daily basis, it becomes very alive and very interesting. And I'm hoping that your content that you create will have the same kind of, you know, experimental vibe of like showing us. That would be really cool.
We definitely plan to do that sort of thing.
That's amazing. Well, what are you all excited about right now? I mean, these things are all very thrilling, but what's got your attention right now and is keeping you busy and excited?
Well, the studio is the big, exciting thing we've got right now. And we also hope to go to the Global Plastics Treaty.
And then we're also in July going to host an event for the Planetary Alliance about plastic pollution. And then, oh yeah, we've also joined the Plastic Pollution Coalition. And yeah, we hope to go to Paris for the Global Plastics Treaty.
And we're not sure.
Go ahead.
So we're not sure if we're going to be in for the negotiations, but I'm also giving a speech at a kind of separate conference about seaweed solutions to plastic.
Yeah, so exciting. And what do you feel that people could take away today that on their daily life they could change, and something they may follow or be hopeful about for the future?
I think that kind of look at what you're getting, because there's stuff that claims to be bioplastics, but then there's a huge amount of stuff emerging, and it's a very exciting kind of world to be in right now. And it can be tough, but there is stuff happening, and I wouldn't get too down about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're lucky in California. We have some very progressive laws right now, and it's making it a lot easier. But even then, I know there's a lot of challenges, because when things go into the compost, then you have to be very mindful that there's nothing going in that's going to then harm your soil. So it is complicated, and it's a lot to keep up with. But I think the important thing that you're saying is like, don't give up, don't abandon. You know, just because it's a little bit complicated to sort which thing is better than the other and how to compost and how to deal with it, don't give up. Just keep doing our best, and let the systems keep going along with us. And they're on the right track. It sounds like we can be helpful about that.
Yeah. Also, if anyone knows anyone under 23 that would like to join the Planetary Alliance, that's also a great way you can take a step to helping with plastic pollution and other things.
What does that mean? How do they join the Planetary Alliance?
So go to planetaryalliance.com, and then on the page there's just a big button saying sign up to the Planetary Alliance, and then yeah, it's
planetaryalliance.com. And somebody just reminded me in the comments that what I'm talking about is not statewide in California. It's literally only LA city, which is a bummer. But yeah, it's not even all the subsidiary cities around LA. So that's a good reminder that we have a long way to go. So planetaryalliance.com. Sign up under 23. This is for youth.
Yeah. Well, for from 10 to 23
Amazing.
is the age thing that they have.
I will put that in my tags too, and in my message. And I'm excited. I hope I get to see you this summer. We're going to be on your side of the world in August, and I hope I get to see you then.
Great. Thank you so much as well.
Thank you so much for all you're doing. We so appreciate you. And again, it meant so much to us that you went to the Paramore shows and tabled with Support and Feed. And of course, then for Hidden Plastics, I know you do that often. So we appreciate you, and I'm inspired by you, and I can't wait to see you again.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice
Love to
talking
your
you.
parents too. Bye.
Bye.
So amazing. Definitely go and join Planetary Alliance. So many things we can do. I find them so inspiring and encouraging that people are paying so much attention and are so knowledgeable about this.